Entering the Mayo experience.
That Mayo experience. That Mayo experience. That Mayo experience. Experience.
Welcome to the Pat Mayo Experience, presented by DraftKings. This is the Masters. Cut Sweat Live. It's happening. Golf got canceled. Golf came back. Cut line currently sitting at +2, and that is the heavy favorite to be the cut line. Gust, Geoff, both on the line. Tim, we're going to start with you. Your pick's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, he looks like he hasn't missed a beat from Orlando. What can I say? He does. Like, Koepka played great last week in the tournament, and he's playing great again this week. He's playing good golf.
Well, he almost got caught in the final round by, I think it was Sebastian Munoz, who had to protect his team win. So wasn't really trying to go for the individual win. Do you think this is going to be a problem for him? Like, he's going to feel like a lot of third round pressure? And then
Not
who
as
knows
much
what's going to
trouble as
happen?
this 3-wood from the sand trap for Cam Smith is.
Let's see. It looks like he made pretty good contact coming out of it.
Speaking of one of my guys, Cam Smith.
That's a pretty good shot for 3-wood from the bunker.
That's a great shot. Liv guys are actually playing pretty well, all things considered, in this tournament.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, I had that Phil to miss the cut bet. Fortunately, Bryson cashed the better to miss the cut bet. But
I didn't want to say anything to you guys, and I don't want anyone to lose money on bets, but I never understood an iota of the logic on a Phil to miss the cut bet at this tournament. But anyway,
Phil made every.
Hopefully, you've learned.
Phil made every putt from inside 20 feet today.
Okay, but he played very well again. I mean, he was 3 under par today, but he played. He played well enough. If he just shot level par today, that'd have been enough.
Sure, but he shouldn't have shot level par today. You're just making these outrageous saves.
You guys treated him on the Best Bet show like he was Sandy Lyle, and hope you've learned your lesson not to do that again.
Well, I mean, he's only getting older.
It's just he's not Larry Mize. He won a major 2 years ago.
Sure, but we didn't expect Larry Mize to make the cut.
No,
Phil's actually playing he had a fantastic round today. And I even said, I want Phil to be in the mix. I just didn't think he would be in the mix.
And he kind of isn't.
Oh, here's Moronk. No one's really in the mix at this point besides Rahm and Bennett. Yeah. How good's Bennett?
He's going to win, and then he's going to go play golf but louder.
Do you think that if Brooks wins, he denounces the Live Tour?
No chance.
Rejoins the PGA Tour?
I don't think so.
Really needed that birdie from Moronk, and he just missed it. Great. Thanks. The Moronk and Rolla not looking good.
I'd like to know what happened to Sergio. He was playing great, and then he just fell apart.
That's what I was hoping would happen to Phil. Geoff, how you feeling?
I'm enjoying. I'm happy we're on. I got caught at the park when I was found out it was on. I got a little cocky, just sort of went to meet my family there. I'm there for 4 minutes, and it's oh, golf started. But here we are. Brooks is just... I don't think he was out of position one time today. It was marvelous.
See, his round was saved on the first 5 holes or so because he made I think it was 4 or 5 mid-range par putts. One of them was from 17 feet, another one from 9 feet, another one from 12 feet, and all just dead center. And he ended up missing a few short birdie putts later on in the round, but that saved it from getting off the rails early. And then he was just able to dominate. His approach play is fucking incredible right now.
Yeah, was it 9 and 10 that he had birdies he absolutely should have had and then just missed the putts on?
Yeah, it swung back for him in terms of making the the ones he should have made, but it's a whole different story. If he misses those very missable par putts on 1, 3, and 4, and all of a sudden he's 2 over after 4 holes. I feel like that just changes your temperament for the round.
Definitely.
So I mean, I know that's the way that I play.
He'll be comfortable in his position right now.
What are his odds right now?
I think he's even money. I know, because Rahm's there, and Rahm, what would you say Rahm finishes at today? 10, 11?
Yeah,
Rahm's
I would say he birdies
Rahm's
both
winning.
the par 5s. I put him at the over-under of 9.5 as the final score. I would take the under to go to -10.
Rahm is winning this tournament.
I'm pretty sure Bennett is winning.
I mean, Koepka's got a heck of a lot more major championship experience and success than Rahm. If you're going to spot Koepka a couple stroke lead, Rahm will have all his work cut out for him.
I agree. Brooks is amazing. He's playing amazing. I still think Rahm is winning the golf tournament.
Cam Smith for Eagle.
I also think this Bennett guy has something figured out. He didn't make a bogey in 2 rounds at Augusta. That seems impossible.
It really does seem impossible. I'm looking at the data golf like win probability. Like Rahm or Koepka's a 34% favorite. Oh, Cam Smith made it. Eeg. There we go.
That's a turnaround.
Brooks is a 34% favorite to win. Rahm is a 32% favorite to win. Sam Bennett 0.7%. Now that's because they have no data on him. But there's no way he can keep this up, right?
I would think so, but I would give him. You asked me what his odds are to win. I'd say he'd get like a 3% or a 4% chance. I wouldn't say he's completely dead.
What do you think his outright odds are right now, Tim?
They should be like 19-1.
I think they're like 30-1.
That seems too long for somebody who, we don't know anything about him, but he just played 2 rounds at Augusta without making a bogey. Maybe his game really is suitable to here, and if the weather is, really ugly this weekend and people are falling apart. I don't think he's going to win.
Sam Bennett, you think Sam Bennett is going to beat Sam Burns, and you probably get more for Sam Burns than you could for Sam Bennett right now. That's sort of how I would look at that.
I don't know enough about Sam Bennett to dismiss him. I'm
just going off how why through the weekend, whoa, that'd be the coolest.
Well, I think
attention should be paid. That's all I'm going to say. Give him some real due because
he's going to get all the press here overnight because
birdie.
Is he going to be basically what Tom Lewis was at that British Open, and he will just be young Bennett for forever?
It's funny because I'm trying to remember, in our lifetime, who are the AMs that made a credible run at a major? The only one I can really because Tom Lewis didn't really. He was there, but he never really had a chance to win. I feel like Rose in 2005 or something actually made a run at an Open championship.
I feel
when he was 17.
I feel like Cole Hammer made a birdie early in the U.S. Open once.
Yeah, when he was 15, it missed the cut by 10 strokes.
Yeah.
I can't think of anybody other than Tom Lewis. And Uline made a run at one of them as well.
I think Chris Wood. Oh, Min Woo, +6. Thanks for showing up, pal.
Was Pepperell an amateur when he kind of had a lead at an Open?
No, that was the year Molinari won. That was the one where Rose made the cut on the number and lost by 1. And Xander had that incredible up and down. Kisner was in the mix.
That's the one where Xander had the crying baby.
Yeah.
And Tiger was in that one.
Yeah, that was a great Open championship. And Molinari was just money from 10 feet and in somehow. I don't think he's made a 10-footer since.
So one of the funnier jokes I saw on the Twitter today, and I don't even know who to give it credit to, was that
I'll take credit.
No, if Brooks wins this, there's no effing way he wants those live guys sharing his moment on the 18th green.
Even the members of his team?
Well, he's the only one not wearing the live gear, isn't he?
Okay, so this was my thought on that. Who else on live is a Nike athlete? You know how sometimes in business you have side deals where you're in a contract, but you got another contract.
You don't think Pat Mayo knows about side deals?
So what's the official
Patrick
words?
Reed is a Nike guy, right?
I don't think he is anymore.
I don't know if he is anymore.
He's a Four Aces man.
For a while, because he's been wearing G4 and he was wearing some random shit for a few years. What do you call that again? A make good? Not a make good, but whatever. So there must be something in Bryson's deal, or Bryson.
Brooks.
Maybe it was Brooks. I mean, it was demanded of him from Nike, and for him, it would be a bad look to lose Nike. So he made certain concessions.
Well, I also there's something weird about Koepka because you have the styling kit. He's wearing the Nike stuff. He's not wearing the live stuff. And even before he was up by 3 strokes and dominating this tournament, he was the only live guy really getting any coverage yesterday.
I noticed that yesterday. They refused to show anybody else. DJ came on with I haven't seen a shot of DJ's all day, and it was 45 minutes to go in the coverage. They showed 2 shots of Phil's when he was they never do. They always show everything of Phil's at the Masters.
They showed doing any of that DJ today.
Yeah,
maybe earlier. Yesterday they didn't.
I watched all of DJ's round this morning, and it so reminded me of the year. That's a nice little stinger there from Justin Thomas. Jesus! Oh, there we go. Bring on the wind.
You're at the beach and you lost your umbrella.
Still,
that guy will
nothing
get
will
it.
top the all-time Cut Sweat live we did when that guy slid and took Tiger's knee out.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, Tiger won.
we
that
thought he was
Masters.
dead. Then he won the
And
Masters.
that was the Tiger winning Masters year, was it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so someone in the chat just said that Justin Rose was T4 at the 98 Open.
Okay.
And someone also said that Bennett bogeyed number 4 today.
Oh, I thought he would. I thought they said earlier today
He was
that
bogey free yesterday.
2 days bogey free.
Tim,
Okay.
No, Tim, you get a mulligan because the broadcast said he was. I heard what Tim heard on the broadcast.
That's who I was drawing it from, was the broadcast. So I did not look close enough at the Masters app, which happens to be excellent, by the way.
You're like 5 years late to this, pal.
This is a great app. Why
Yeah.
is the USGA's app not that good for the US Open?
Why
is
isn't
the
any
PGA
other app
of
on
America's
Earth
app not
this
that good?
Because they're not at the same courts every year, and they haven't set up the forever infrastructure for
Okay,
that
but the
at
British Open
facility.
plays at 5 courses or 6 courses.
and they're not as good.
So
either.
get with it. Get with it. There's no reason that the Open Championships app can't be this good.
Why
Okay,
is
I do have a
Liv's
little
app
complaint,
so
though.
bad?
Look,
You can't even.
Had one of the. We weren't talking about Liv. Do you have to take a shot at them? They had a great tweet earlier today, which is like, oh, apparently Rory's more cut out for Liv than Brooks, because it's Brooks is playing 72 this weekend.
Oh yeah, the live bot. I saw live bots making fun of the amateur smashing Rory. The amateur's beating everybody. So
It's funny because Rory's the one who's like trying to create a bridge to Liv, it seems.
It's true. He hasn't been. Initially, he was antagonistic.
how
So much
is
that
this
Greg Norman
amateur
even had
worth?
to intervene.
Is this amateur going to get a live offer on Monday now? Like, is that
Well-
how this works?
Someone asked me a question. I didn't know what the answer was to it. If Sam Bennett, like tonight, says, "Hey, yeah, I'm actually turning pro right now," does he get the money?
Yeah, I think so. At the
So
end,
I
if
would be
he-
doing that after. I'd wait to see where I was in round 3 and be like, "Yeah, I'm a pro now. Thanks. I'll take my."
But he already
4 million."
gets money, right? He gets money from name and licensing deals, so he can make money after this.
Dude, if he comes
Look-
second, that's like a $3.5 million payday.
I know.
Most guys have not, like, anytime it's been flirted. Yeah, I mean, I don't think we've been this deep in a
We haven't been this
situation in a
deep, so
long
yeah,
time.
I don't know what the rules are.
So Pat, you think if he comes top 5, he takes the money? I don't think that's a guarantee. I don't know.
I don't think it's a guarantee. I know what Pat Mayo would do.
Augusta might have different rules. Augusta may not allow you to do that.
So what happens to the money itself then? So let's say he comes in
I would say
second.
it just gets divided amongst the
It's
players
just like
proportionally.
throwing back in the pot, or maybe it goes to charity or like something. But it's happened before. Amateurs make the cut; they don't.
That's
get
true.
the
That's
money.
true.
Like,
Amateurs make the cut all the time. So yeah.
I mean, a Rom versus. I mean, this is kind of what we wanted, wasn't it? Like when we spoke about it, it wasn't the two guys that I necessarily wanted to be up there in terms of my betting card, but I wanted a Liv versus PGA showdown. If it's going to be like Rom and Koepka up by 4 tied, up by 4 on the field, Liv versus PGA, that's best case scenario here.
I totally agree, but I have to admit, I really didn't want to see Brooks with an amateur in the final group. So I'm really hoping Rahm can hold this for the, like, Bennett being there, Bennett going off with a Morikawa or a Hovland in like the last 3 groups. That'd be the coolest thing. Or the penultimate group. I always love that one.
I have fears of Bennett going out and having a Mike Weir at the U.S. Open 83 tomorrow or something.
That was the PGA Championship.
Okay.
When he played with Tiger.
Yeah. Rahm getting out there with Brooks tomorrow, if there is a tomorrow, would be the coolest. That'd be incredible.
Like, he's playing like absolute trash, but Hovland has a chance to still get to like 8 or 9 here.
As long as Hovland avoids the triple, maybe has an even par day, we'll be fine, right? Because you got to hope there's like another nuclear day in him. That's what it works. I bet.
Yeah, but
on
look at the wind out there right now. Like it's going to be a lot. Like the prime time to score was before the rain delay, because now it's windy as fuck.
Yeah, the prime time to score would be on the par 5 he missed, and then the like 6-footer he missed on 3, and then the other par 5 on 8 where he chunked the chip. And I know what you're saying. You hit like a 50-footer on 1, but yeah. So what's a realistic finishing score for Rahm then? If this win look,
I still
this
think
win
10. I
looks
think you
bad.
can make.
Yeah, I think 10's the number. Like, because I mean, Rom's short game. That's the one thing about Hovland. Like the first 2 holes reared its ugly head with Hovland's short game. I know he made the putts to like make it up, but if you're relying on making 55 footers for par, it's probably not going to happen every time, unless you're fucking Phil.
Look, Phil
Even if
misses
Victor-
so many putts in the run of a
But he
week, so let
didn't
him
today. He had one bad putt, the one that went up the hill and down the hill. That was it. It was the only bad putt he had.
Well, I mean, I understand why you're annoyed, but
Like just from the first hole, he drains a 33-footer for birdie. It's like, oh fuck, here we go.
he almost fell apart on 6. I was getting nervous there on 6. I thought, oh no, the wheels
What
are
the
starting to.
I'm
Yeah,
watching
he's
the
double
Amen
back.
corner feed, and Bubba just bladed. He put it in the water. Then he just bladed a wedge out of bounds, I think.
That there is somebody who has been struggling.
It's funny. The big name former champion Liv guys are the guys that are playing poorly, it seems. Like Reed's playing all right. DJ's playing all right.
Sergio's been trash.
Sergio's
Watson's been
terrible.
trash.
Bubba's been terrible.
Ustays is not a champion, but he's been trash.
Who?
Ustazen was not a champion, but he got to a playoff. He's been trash.
Yeah, Schwartzel hasn't been very good. There's 3 guys on the cut line right now, by the way. T50.
Bennett hit it yesterday somewhere I've never seen anyone hit it, which was that bunker on 13 behind the hole.
Oh, yeah, he flew the green on his approach.
And like you never see that. And I was like, that's weird. And I thought he's probably never played this hole in competition before. Of course he hasn't. He doesn't know you can't hit it there.
Oh, I think Stallings just bogeyed 18 to miss the cut.
Also yesterday, I mean, I'm not a snob about hole position so much at the Masters early, but
They let them score yesterday.
I've never seen the pin there on 16 in my life.
That's usually the Sunday pin, isn't it?
No, the Sunday pin is back left.
No, Sunday pins it. No. Sunday pins at the bottom of that hill because everyone rolls it into the cup.
No, it's behind. It's to the left of the water. No, it's back and to the left, and then everything drains to the hole.
Oh,
yesterday
yeah,
they had it right at. Yesterday they had it at the very, very front of the green. I've never seen it there before, where people could take 9-iron at it. Or pitch it.
Have we beaten the weather?
No,
It is
tomorrow
pouring.
still looked like I don't know if they're going to play.
No, I mean
tomorrow.
for today.
Well, are they calling for electricity tomorrow?
I don't know as of right now.
Because if they don't, they're going to play through it.
Yeah,
unless
it
there's
doesn't.
thunder or lightning.
It doesn't look like there's going to be that much precipitation early. It looks like they're going to get dumped on later in the afternoon, but then it stops. So yeah, if there's no lightning, then I think we're good. Like it's raining out there right now.
Yeah, it sounds like the rain will be the worst on the leaders tomorrow because I think they hit the blocks around 3:00 Eastern.
I wouldn't be too concerned about the rain. It's the wind tomorrow that looks crazy. Oh God, this happened to Victor yesterday putting from off the green. It was a disaster.
Who is it that chipped it out of the sand yesterday into the water? It was awful.
Oh, nice putt though.
Slow down
there, Vic.
That's a lot, Pat. That's a lot. He's going to miss that.
It's like 2 feet.
No, it's like 5 feet.
Would Phil have made it today?
I'm trying to think of what Phil did on this hole. Phil missed it. He did the old man move, like the old veteran move. He bailed out right on his approach shot and was down that hill. He didn't even try for the pin. He just put it 13 feet past and made the par putt.
But that's why he and Freddie Couples are going to make the cut this year because they do
sure, but it's also the reason that Fred, people always remember when Fred Couples makes the cut. People forget that he misses the cut 80% of the time because he doesn't make those putts every time.
No, that's true. It is nice that he made the cut though this year. That he actually has some life in him. He's not one of these old guys who's a complete last or dead last or second dead last type of person.
Man, he was pumping it out there today.
He's got the perfect swing. Now that Ben Hogan's not with us, he's got the perfect swing. As long as he can stay healthy, that he'll always be able to play well.
It's funny. There's not really much of a cut right now. The only guy that can really affect the cut is Tiger.
And all he can do is where's Eldrick at?
He's at +2. There's 2 guys at +2. Poston's already in. Woods is in. They're both T50. If Woods makes a birdie, then it bumps Poston out.
Where's Mike Weir?
Weir is in at +4. He done. Hey, Mike Weir won me my money. That's fine.
Yeah, he played well yesterday.
I mean, the guy, it was more a play against the guy he was playing against who quit golf.
Kevin Na. Oh, dear. That didn't look good. Oh, there's Tiger.
Oh, there's Xander. I mean, I was at a birthday party for an hour, so I missed an hour. What the hell happened to Xander?
I don't know.
Third hole, he made a double. Really weird. He just chunked a chip and he been creating a lot of trouble for himself.
Did he chunk it as bad as Jason Day on 15?
No, that was okay. That
Day had
Sander,
Day had such an opportunity today, and he let it slip away.
Dude, Day was like 3-4 to 1 to win the tournament.
He had a great opportunity this afternoon or this early today with great conditions and rain coming, and he just didn't. Would he shoot level par today? Like he did nothing.
A minute ago, when I asked you, did we clear the weather, and you guys just started talking about tomorrow, I sort of meant today. Like, are we good? Like, have we dodged the rain today?
No, I mean, like I said, it's still raining right now. It's just the
Oh no!
I guess we have not dodged the rain.
That's what I missed. Oh my god!
But again, they don't care about the rain, right? There's got to be thunder and lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
it only takes one blip in the area to say everybody ouse.
Peters is on the cut line, by the way. He's +3, so he can get there. He's on 14. This Higa guy is on 14. He needs 2 to make it up.
That is not Eri Iggs. I thought it was.
Who?
Higa is not
Kazuki Higa was Harry Higgs.
I just saw the name on the scoreboard and had to look it up. I thought it was Eri Iggs.
Oh, there's Justin Thomas on 10. What's he up to? So they're letting them.
They've showed as many shots of him as we talked about him on the show this week, which is nothing.
Thomas?
Yeah.
It's not even like he's playing poorly either. He's just playing like okay.
Yeah, well, there's no reason to show him.
Like there's no real difference between Cantlay and Thomas and Xander, except for every 6 months Thomas is the best guy on the course and wins, unlike the other guys.
Yeah, that's fair.
Tim, what kind of odds would you give me for Gary Woodland to beat Sam Bennett this week?
Well, see, Gary Woodland's a major champion, so
Woodland's at -4 right now.
Gary Woodland sucks.
Gary Woodland does not suck. I like Gary Woodland.
So do I. But like, I know that you use this like major champion means this.
Well, no, but this goes back to something Pat had a guy in his podcast who made this point, which is that once you've won once, you retain that skill.
Someone on his podcast made the point
in golf about that.
You realize that you're on my podcast, right? And you make points. Imagine someone came on my show, was like, I heard this guy say on the Pat Mayo Experience, and he was referring to you.
I'd be fired up.
Well, remember. To tease a show that we have coming out in a little bit, Geoff, it was me, Sia, and Tim talking about TV. And Tim had to stop at one point and ask me, is this what it's like to talk to me all the time? And he was right. It was like talking to Tim. The takes were so bad.
I mean, like, Bennett's got a 4-stroke lead, but I would be no worse than even money in that spot, Geoff. Because it is an amateur.
I mean, I agree with Tim.
I was trying to take advantage of him.
No, I think that's about what it is. If you give Bennett a 4-stroke lead with 36 to go, it probably could go either way.
Bennett's 28 to 1 to win the tournament. Gary Woodland's still like 200 to 1 because no one believes in him.
I will say though, I listened to Bennett's
I mean, there's a difference between Woodland beating Bennett and Woodland winning the tournament.
Correct.
Okay,
but Bennett actually has a chance.
I listened to Bennett's interview in Butler Cabin, and he said all the right things. He's like, people were talking about, oh, no, you could be in here to be the low amateur. He said, like, I'm here to win a tournament. Like, that's only 7 guys. It's like he seemed to have his head on straight about this. I was like, I like that. He's clearly got single purpose in mind here.
Yeah, Scott Van Pelt did a much better interview with Bennett after his round than an interview I saw on the internet this morning.
You mean when people tagged you in the Smiley Kaufman interview?
Yes.
Why are you anti-Smiley Kaufman? I don't understand this.
I don't. Okay. Firstly, I think he's a lovely, nice fella. Like, that is clear. He seems like a really good guy. But in my opinion, Tim, he was sort of like given a job he was totally unqualified for. And I don't find him funny or insightful. And even that job, you could be like, oh, it's golf, it's boring. No. Those guys, Faraday, McCord, now with like even Colton Oates, I'd say is the barometer, even though he can be a little annoying, he's funny and he's insightful. I think Smiley Kaufman doesn't make me laugh and doesn't tell us anything we don't know. And that's the job. But he's friends with Spieth. as is Colt knows. You could be really good at your job and friends with Spieth, or you could be really bad at your job and friends with Spieth. Now, the caveat with Smiley, and the thing that has him is it's hard to find. They obviously want to go young, and it's hard to find someone like really young who's played. But like Graham DeLette would be so much better. I know he's way older.
He's too
but
busy acting in vaudeville these days.
That mustache is incredible. If
Honest
people,
to
I mean,
goodness.
obviously we see it because we have the Canadian. So on the Canadian broadcast, the pro that they have on, it looks like this is going to pass pretty quickly.
Doesn't it look like he belongs in a barbershop quartet?
Oh, it's amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, if Graham DeLette was smart, he would say, don't worry about it, TSN. Every week, Graham DeLette just comes on with me. And like Graham DeLette's one of my regular guests.
Graham DeLette's the best. That'd be amazing. That'd be good.
Jeff or Tim, if I had to ask you how many strokes putting that Scotty Scheffler has lost this week, what would you guess?
I don't know. Could we go up to triple digits? He must have lost 8 strokes putting.
7.3 to the field.
Yeah, he missed every single putt known to man yesterday.
And
But
today,
honestly,
what about today?
Today too, but
He
you
is
know what?
leading
He
the
stole
tournament tee to green.
He stole every putt last year. Every one. So like it's like Augusta is getting them back for making everything last year.
There are 3 guys above 4 strokes gained tee to green in this tournament. Brooks Koepka, John Rahm, both trailing Scotty Scheffler.
I believe it. How is scoring on 13, Ben?
Today's pin placement's really easy.
It is easy today, but I'm curious as to.
Guys seem to have no problems getting there in 2.
Okay.
Sandy Lyle got there yesterday.
Well, it wasn't that the guys couldn't get there in 2. The question was like, who would actually take the risk on of going there in 2?
I mean, you saw Sam Bennett flew it. That was his second shot.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. But he also did have a fairway wood in his hands.
It seems like it's only risky if you're in the pine straw like Jordan Spieth, but anywhere from the fairway. Well, I shouldn't say anywhere from the fairway because I definitely saw guys laying up from the fairway, but a lot of guys clearly were going for it. And there was some really short eagle. There's some really short eagle putts there.
I wonder if they're going to put it tomorrow in a very dastardly spot.
I mean, I think it depends on the wind where they'll put them. But
Yeah,
apparently,
if it's really windy, just put it in the middle of it.
Apparently, a tree just fell down on the course.
I am seeing that video now. Wonder where that is.
Just
There's like
the
an
15th
illegal.
green.
There's an illegal video, or the Masters posted a video.
No, someone.
No, it was from the 15. The 15. Oh shit!
Wow.
Yeah, there
Okay,
it is.
Pat.
Jeez, I hope no one was hurt.
Whoa!
That thing came down quick. Hopefully, there's no one underneath of
It
it.
doesn't look like there's. It looks like it was like in a completely. I don't know if anyone's underneath of it. I don't think that there was. There's a guy at the bottom of the screen
What the
who's a
hell?
good like 30 feet away who dives out of the way like it's an explosion in the action movie.
Where can I see?
Like,
Where
he
am
just
I?
bites
where
it.
am I-
I'm gonna put it in the group chat, Jeff, so you can see it. Okay.
Okay, thank you. But to my point about Bennett and the odds, then like Sam Burns is 30.
Sam Burns
Like-
is not winning this tournament
Why not?
because he continues to leave
Whoa.
things on the table.
Oh,
Who?
He's
other
Sam
than
Burns.
Brooks, who hasn't left things on the table?
I mean, Brooks has left a few on the table.
I don't think Bennett's really left much on the table.
I think,
pretty much
well,
maximized
here's how
what he
you-
can
Oh,
get.
you're telling me
Here's-
Bennett's gotten the most out of everything this week?
Well, you just said who else other than Brooks, and then I gave you a name, and then you have issue with me answering your question.
Yeah,
Here's
but
the
he's
issue with Bennett that Bennett has played as good as he can play, and he's 4 back of Brooks.
That's fair.
No, I don't
He's
even
ahead of
think-
everybody else but Brooks.
No,
wrong.
I understand that, but like you said, I mean, he's made the 1 bogey through 2 rounds, and he's still 4 back.
That's
Is
fair,
he
but that's because
putting
Brooks has
better?
been unconscious.
Where does Bennett rank in the field in putting?
Bennett in putting ranks.
Because I think I've seen
8th.
him make more like 20 footers than anyone.
Yeah, he ranks 8th. He's just been doing everything really well, but nothing spectacular. Like, you know who can't buy a putt today is fucking Lowry, man. Lowry's 4th tee to green in this tournament.
Yeah, Lowry's been playing. The fact that Lowry's still loitering and the weather hasn't hit the shits yet, like that's a great sign still if you backed him. No?
I mean, I do have him backed right now. Like, and there's two guys that I wouldn't overlook here either, because I mean, we don't know how this weather situation is going to play out. Like, maybe it's soft greens, the wind dies down, and the leaders go out and absolutely dominate. Like, that's very much on the table. Or we see what happened in 2007. Like, it's supposed to be 49 degrees tomorrow with 30-mile-per-hour winds.
That's
like,
brisk. That's basically
if they do play in that, like guys might shoot like 80.
Well, this course plays like a link style course in those conditions, right?
Which I mean, as long as
yeah,
the last time that Brooks faced those conditions, granted he had to play with JB Holmes, but he did not have a good day.
No, he kept pointing at his imaginary watch.
If they have to play in those conditions, then all that like historical narrative like must be inside the top 10 or this or that. Like that shit's out the window. You can go bet some cannons tomorrow morning.
But then if you're Brooks, you have such an advantage. If I just shoot one over the next 2 days, I'm going to win the Masters.
Yeah, but I think that's easier said than done if the conditions are truly horrendous.
That goes out the window when the 1 over happens on the first hole or something. Like, I'm not saying
that's fair.
I'm not saying Brooks can't and won't win and shouldn't. Like, he's got this big lead at the Masters. I mean, I guess in your logic now, Tim, anything but a Brooks win is a collapse. Like when you're that talented and have this lead.
When you're that, no, I think it depends on where Rahm finishes. Like Rahm could be beating him by a stroke at the end of today.
Yeah, well, this is it, right? If he's clear of Rahm by 4 or more, then yes, it is a collapse. When you have 4 majors and you're that young and you're that talented, you shouldn't be giving away tournaments when you're up by 4.
I mean,
if it's 3 or fewer, I would say Koepka's certainly still a favorite, but you're a birdie bogey switch from being up 1, right?
I just talk about this with Pat every week, in that, like, if a really big name is at the top, if you're a big enough name and you're at the top on Thursday, but if you're like a big name and you lead a tournament at any point, you don't win. There's some people that look at it like, oh, that was the guy collapsed, but he just didn't win the tournament. So.
Yeah, that's not fair. I mean, like Rory and Victor really didn't collapse last year at St. Andrews. They just didn't manage the course well and didn't know what was going on behind them.
Well, I would say they actually maybe managed the course too well. That was the whole
problem.
I mean,
they thought they were playing match play with each other while Cam Smith stole the British Open from underneath of them.
I don't think Hovland was ever in that really, but I do think, as some people have noted, that Hovland, like, kind of, and there's no excuse for Rory, but it's almost like by Hovland not getting going at all, it just like gave Rory a false sense of security, right?
Well, I mean, to say that Hovland wasn't really in it, wasn't he in the final group? With
he was.
Rory?
That's what I mean. They were kind of playing match play with each other.
They were like 5 strokes apart, or wasn't they 3 strokes? I don't know. When Rory's up by multiple strokes, it feels like probably 4 or 5. So maybe I'm misremembering.
Oh, I didn't realize Ryan Fox almost made a hole in 1 on 16.
And I got excited right now for a moment. Hold on, did Hovland make a birdie?
What?
This leaderboard. What's this leaderboard as of?
What they're showing now is earlier, man.
But the leaderboard on the on
TV, they're showing stuff from earlier. You want to make some
Jason
bets
Day
on what happens?
Jason Day is not 9 under.
Yeah, I will bet you Day doubles this next hole.
Is Gooch gonna just sleep? Go to sleep on this like 3-foot putt he has on 18?
No, I think Victor hit the putt, or I could be.
No, Victor didn't hit the putt.
Do I even know how long that putt is?
So Victor and Rory were dead even, tied going into the final round last year.
No, actually, it's 8 feet. It did go by a lot.
Both Victor and Rory were 16 under after 3 rounds last year.
What? Oh my God, Victor! You let me down.
4 clear of Cam Smith and Cam Young.
But if we play the game of the conditions are going to be shitty and windy and cold tomorrow, and let's say Koepka is 12, Rahm is 10, and everyone else is where they're at, who would you like to come from the pack? Because I think it's pretty clear it's Spieth or Lowry, or maybe even Rose. Like, those are the types of guys.
I would want people. If Spieth would be a good one, it's got to be someone who knows how to manage that course.
Like, where's Fitzpatrick at? Can he make a run? He's at 2. That's probably too far back.
No, but what about Patrick Reed?
What's Reed at?
He's at 4 under, but he's got to finish today's round.
He has to
Reed-
finish today first.
Yeah. I don't like to say Phil, but Phil.
I mean, I see where you say Phil. I think I would say Adam Scott.
Adam Scott. Perfect answer. Yeah. Adam Scott would be someone I'd be inclined. Like, you can throw people like Hovland out. You can throw people like, I don't know.
I don't know about Hovland.
I don't trust him. I don't think his short game will add up in bad weather like that. It's already taxed enough as it is.
Yeah.
It's got to be someone with experience. Lowry's another good answer. Rose is a good answer. It's got to be somebody who knows. Although Lowry, not so much. You have to know where you can miss at this course.
Yeah, but Lowry. But I mean, when we think of Augusta winners, we think about very creative players, and I will say that I think that Lowry gets overlooked a lot of the time for being a really creative player around the greens.
Sure,
like just,
no, that's fair.
All the Brits in general, just based off the amount of links golf that you play growing up, like even like you and I aren't very good, Tim, but when I do play with like my American friends, like just the amount of like horrible shot like lies that I can get out of versus them, they just tend to keep it in the middle of the fairway and are really good. But when it comes to like weird scrambling, like just it's what we play.
Well, that is certainly true. That's why Jim Mackay is such a great golf announcer, because he's been in every single situation to hit a golf ball at him.
I like that. Jim Mackay is how you're referring to him. Do you think that David Boreanaz was going to sue him if he continued to say Bones?
Bones is out there with JT this week, I see.
Do you want to know?
Yeah, he's JT's caddy.
Well, sometimes, right? But not all the time.
No, he's all
I
the
thought he was
time.
just at the big tournament. I thought he was just at the big tournament.
Other weeks. No.
Okay. Oh, okay. Fair enough.
But I also think Bones left NBC to be
he got replaced by
John Wood or something. Or Smiley.
They were talking to him yesterday. The fuck's his name? I can't remember.
Do you think Rory is off the grounds already?
Well, I worry Rory's going to have a bad night. Rory's going to have a night that's probably...
Is he already at Harbour Town?
I don't know. Rory has this feeling in his stomach that probably resembles like the feeling I had when the Chargers blew that lead to the Jaguars. Like just this sick, disgusted...
Really? I mean, but he played badly both days. Like, I don't know if that's quite the same thing.
Here's the chip from Hovland on one. Then he makes this putt.
That's the best.
Yeah.
So has there been any announcement of whether this is coming back or not?
I saw the Masters Twitter account said that they were evacuating the course and blah, blah, blah.
They did that the first time too, though.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, they said they evacuated the... Wow.
Man, Jason Day wasn't that far from putting it into the water again.
Oh my God. I finally watched the tree. Holy shit. That is...
Yeah, trees are no joke.
Trees are no joke. That's your takeaway?
Who am I watching and what hole can I go? Do you think they've already removed that from the...
No, it's everywhere on the internets.
He means from the app.
That was a Sergio shot. Wow. Oh my God, that is
Pat
so
think that
scary.
Bones is the name of David Boreanaz's character. No, it's the lady's name is Bones, but I can't remember what her name is. I think it's the other Deschanel sister.
That tree would have gone
Deschanel,
through like
maybe?
a house.
Yeah, that tree was like 10 minutes ago, Jeff. Come on now.
So I finally watched it. I'm still like, whoa.
I can't believe it just fell over.
Did you say that no trees would fall down this week?
I did not make that proclamation. I mean, it didn't occur to me that one would.
Yeah, but now that has to be on your mind, right?
I have to say, I want to go to Augusta so badly.
Me too.
I'm gonna try to work it into our new deal, and then you and Jeff will come with me to the Masters, and then Jeff will fulfill the prophecy of being Smiley Kaufman.
No.
like
Listen,
I want to get one of the sandwiches. I want that peach ice cream sandwich. I want to walk the grounds. I want to go to the clubhouse. I just want to go
I want to
so
walk the
badly.
whole course, right? Like, isn't that what you'd want to do?
I want to walk the course. I want to hit the concessions. I only have to go once, and that would be it for me. That would be fine. It would be a bucket. I just want to go so badly.
So then, would it be you'd go to a practice round? Would that be?
I'd like to go to one round in competition. It doesn't have to be Sunday. Like if it's a Thursday, I'm fine with it. But
Yeah, I know. I'm spoiled. I want to go to a practice round where I can just like walk the course and then also do a round of competition. But
if I had
Like
to pick
you want
one,
to
I
play in
competition.
the Masters? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
no, like I want a practice round where I'm literally just going to walk the course. Like I'm going to walk it like 1 through 18. I don't know if that's possible. And then a day of competition, I'd like literally just, set up shop and watch some groups, follow some specific players. Like I feel like it'd be a different sort of day.
It would be so much fun to do a trip to the Masters, just to experience it. To be there once. Like it just feels like it would be an experience unlike any other.
It was like I was watching. Like, I don't know.
They just showed that miss from Scheffler on 12. I think that was actually his best putt all day.
Yeah, well, don't worry. There'll be other misses for you to see.
No, I'm dead serious. Like he almost made it from 12 feet. It was like, okay, that was like not a bad putt. He missed
Everything that
the next
Scheffler
hole,
missed.
This is one from 1.5 feet.
Everything Scheffler missed, Phil made.
And am I weird to think like if I see these kids that look like 7 and 8 years old, I would be so mad at like my buddy if he brought his like 7-year-old who's just like bored staring at grass to the fucking Masters instead of me. I know, like, you have no right to say that.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't want to spend that with my son, Geoff.
No, like
no, but Jeff's saying because he doesn't
older.
appreciate because the little guy doesn't appreciate it. That's why Jeff.
Like, if your son is older and you both can appreciate it, like
no, see, I highly disagree. Like, yeah, my son might not fully appreciate it when he's 7 or 8 years old, but he's going to appreciate that he went with me in 20 years' time.
So then you're just paying for him to have you're literally paying all that money for him to have like this Instagram picture, but not today, in like 20 years.
Well, you don't get the Instagram picture because you can't have your phone.
Yeah, but you can take a picture at the front, like at the right.
Sure.
Isn't
No,
it?
I mean, it's less about the Instagram picture. It's about my son and I bonding over something that I like and maybe he'll like in the future.
Yeah, you're bonding as he's like, Daddy, I'm really fucking bored staring at grass. Like if you like,
you have 2 daughters, Jeff. I have 2 sons. I think they're going to be into this stuff. My son is 2 years old. He's already bugging me to go golfing.
Okay, that's different. If the son like really likes golf, but I don't.
Well, I'm sure people are dragging their kids who don't like golf to the Masters.
Well, what you kind of made it like it's good under any
but
circumstance.
Jeff wants to go.
Yeah, but Jeff, I want to go. Fuck them. Fuck them kids.
I'll go. I'm not worried about that. Like I'll go to the Masters. Like I have no doubts. I don't need. It's not one of those things like I need to go like so many times. And listen, this isn't like the Chargers winning the Super Bowl. Like when I'm just ready and want to buck up and do it like all right, like I will go.
Imagine if your dad had taken you to the Super Bowl in 1994 when you were like 10. There was some guy watching at home. He's like, fuck that kid for going. I deserve to go more. Bolt up.
Can I say something that's really embarrassing then on that note? Because I feel like spoken about it. I was at the Super Bowl. I was there. My dad took me.
Clogging up a spot from a real fan.
I guess so. Yeah, we were there. Saw Patti LaBelle and Tony Bennett at halftime. That was the exciting
halftime show.
Well, it is Miami.
Someone, so I'm just looking at the chat right now. Someone says, "Can you guys please talk about Phil?" Like we already fucking talked about Phil for 15 minutes. You piece of shit.
Yeah,
Sure.
I could talk about Phil all day, but like we've talked about him enough. He's playing well. He's got a chance to be in the top 10.
Bennett is stealing some of like the Phil storyline oxygen. If that makes
No, because they don't
sense.
want to talk about Phil.
That's
Phil might
right.
as well be like Bruno from Encanto right now. Like
They don't want to talk about Brooks either, but they're obliged to.
No. Like I said, they've been talking about Brooks the whole time.
if he were to fall back a couple of strokes, you wouldn't hear a word about him.
See, I don't know because they were showing him from his first shot yesterday. Like he's the only live guy, him and Cam Smith, because they were showing Cam Smith yesterday too. They were the two that they actually decided to go to. And even in the post-round interview yesterday, the guy was talking to, he's like coming off a big win in Orlando last week. Like
even Jim Nantz mentioned that he won in Orlando.
Yeah, like when it comes to Koepka, it's like, let's talk about no problem with Liv. Anyone else, we are not talking about them.
Is that really what it's been? I've noticed.
I have definitely noticed some shade against a lot of the live guys with some clear exceptions, but mostly it's been like, we're going to pair them with guys that you don't want to see, and we're not going to talk about them, and we'll show them if we have to.
Now, I when it comes to like Sergio and Reed, like Reed's actually playing well, so they should be showing him, but like they wouldn't want to show him anyway.
No, people will turn the channel if they put Reed on.
He's the guy that I wanted to be in the Koepka spot right now because it would just be so funny.
Maybe he'll play well tomorrow and he'll be in one of the last couple of groups.
That'd be awesome.
I think it sets up for some intriguing storylines here. Bennett sticking around helps that, but
I mean, how big of a story? Like, if you could replace Bennett with Rory, that'd be a much bigger story.
I agree. But there's only a handful of people I would say that's actually true about.
Sure.
Like to have an amateur this deep that well, that's a really fun story.
The problem is no one thinks the amateur is going to win.
Correct.
No one. So if he wins, it's fucking incredible. But when he shoots like 79 tomorrow, it's like, oh yeah.
It sounds a lot like what people said about Phil at the PGA.
Sure, but he was also Phil Mickelson, 6-time major winner.
Oh
no, that's all correct.
Pat.
What?
Unless the thing is lying, Victor's got an 8-footer coming back, not a 2-footer.
Yeah, it is. I told you that earlier, but you were ranting about fuck them kids.
So he smoked that shit. No pun intended. What the fuck, Victor? Whatever. Rum's winning his golf tournament.
What happened with Geoff and Smiley Kaufman? A lot of that got lost in translation for me.
Oh, Jeff's biggest rival. They got into a Twitter feud because Jeff's like, "You're a piece of shit, pal. You're real boring."
Jeff's like, "I should be doing the commentary, not you."
I'll add it. I'll add it to the list.
I'll send it to you.
There's the tree.
Lost in context.
What hole is that? 14. I wish I had the sound on so I could hear what they were saying.
Turn it up.
It's the left of 17T.
Oh, it's 17T. Sorry, I thought that was 14T.
They wouldn't be showing this if anyone got hurt, right?
Right. And they are also probably not playing golf again today.
No injuries.
Oh, there's chainsaws out there.
There's a lot of chainsaws on site.
Pardon my ignorance. Did they suspend play because of lightning or because this tree fell down? Because it looked like Sergio was just post a shot when it fell down.
Well, then they wouldn't evacuate the course, though, Geoff. It was just for the tree.
And it does say weather delay.
Yeah, you're right.
How hard do you think it is to work a chainsaw?
I mean, for you or for me? Because I can use a chainsaw.
For me.
I mean, you're scared of a barbecue.
Yeah, I have to get someone to start the chainsaw for me. But once I had the chainsaw going in my hands, how hard is it?
It's pretty easy.
Okay.
But you're afraid to turn it on. So
I
don't know how you would deal with it going in your hands.
You'd be more scared of it. You'd be more scared of it in your hands. Sorry. And
yes, I probably would be.
Yeah. Then starting it would not be the scary part. Like a chainsaw in your hands that could cut your whatever off.
I could see me in a panic throwing it to the ground and just letting it run itself out of gas.
Yeah, don't do that.
I do like the idea that Augusta just has guys on site that are probably with Augusta branded chainsaws ready to run out there to deal with this.
In
Okay,
fairness,
well-
our golf club probably has like 10 chainsaws.
No offense, your golf club probably has a dozen chainsaws and the staff like ready to not in an emergency like they would do a planned takedown. But what do you mean? Any golf course that's like any maintained golf course has a staff of guys ready to do that.
Well, I
That
hope
makes
yours
any
does.
sense.
I hope yours does, Jeff.
It does. There's a big shed where they hang out.
Do they do
Looks-
like will they be doing like before the Canadian Open? Do they have like test runs for these sorts of things?
What does that mean?
Like dress rehearsals. If a tree falls, let's make sure we can practice getting together immediately. If this happens, let's practice getting this together immediately.
Like,
See, if I were running the place, I'd be running these dress rehearsals.
the thing is, like, if a tree ever falls, like those are dress rehearsals because those things do happen when members are playing. If that makes any sense. Well, no, you'd hope it doesn't.
Yeah,
But I mean,
I don't think I've ever been at a golf course. I played a lot of golf in my life where like a tree fell during the round.
No, but we've seen like all of last year at our course, they were in between holes with chainsaws and like
That's true.
just cutting trees down.
Yeah, they're
no, that's
dead
true.
trees and they're worried they're gonna fall or whatever. Yeah, no, trees fall down, but it's usually like at nighttime you're like, oh man, the course got really messed up today. We lost like 2 trees on this hole or something.
That's a fair
I don't
point.
know.
So
I don't know
someone
if they're
asked
playing again today.
someone asked that I thought they called it a motor saw in Canada. I've never heard the term motor saw before.
A motor saw? No, I can confirm you that that they don't call it that in Canada. A motor
Ooh.
saw.
So they got 9 holes to play in the really cold morning. That won't be fun.
And then will they play in threesomes tomorrow, or God forbid, split tees?
They might have to do that Sunday if they want to try to get it all in Sunday.
But there's such a small field. They can just get it all in tomorrow, and it'd be okay for Sunday.
No, like if they can't play tomorrow. Like if
Oh,
Koepka's looking at 36 holes.
Oh, you keep banging the drum about them not playing tomorrow. I really think they're going to.
I mean, there's a chance that, they're not playing right now. Like
Gee,
you don't know
I
when
gotta-
you don't know when this thunderstorm shit's gonna pop up.
I
And
have
for
to
every
think,
and even if it's like good to play right now, like it's a 30-minute stoppage every single time that it happens. And they have to stop it if they see any electricity.
Well, that I understand.
the concept of thinking about a Hovland 8-footer for a day and a half is really annoying.
I mean, Jeff, if he misses the putt, it's not that big of a deal. He's not gonna win.
Oh, look, there's Phil. I wonder if he makes a putt on this hole.
Gooch has a
You're right. He isn't. You're right. He isn't going to win.
Gooch
The
has
rum
a
is
3-footer. A 3-footer.
No, it's
for
actually
bogey.
an 8-footer.
Gooch?
What's that?
Gooch is a 3-footer for bogey on 18, and it seems like he's picked up his ball and is gonna hang out for a day and a half. Like,
Where is he?
he's on 18. He's shooting
Yeah,
for
but like,
Where's
bogey.
he on the
that-
scoreboard?
He's
Can
at
you-
that
he's,
putt could
he's
be
at
for the
he's
cut.
at +1, and like if he misses it, he would go to +3. So it's like it's crazy. I have to think
Yeah,
about
that's
that.
to make the cut.
I know. Hit the putt so I don't have to think about it.
Did you play
Oh,
Gooch?
you.
I have him in one of my 3 lineups. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Nice.
he's in
I kind of thought Gooch would play well this week.
Oh,
6,700
oh God,
or
he's gonna
something.
he's gonna miss that putt now.
I hope he makes it.
Oh no.
What would like the normal house odds be for Brooks or Rahm to win this tournament?
For what,
Minus
sorry?
1. Brooks or Rahm to win this tournament. What would that odd be? Like minus 160 or more?
Yeah, minus 200 probably.
Yeah,
I
probably.
mean, they're plus 125 and plus 250.
Yeah, and it's Sam Bennett behind them, and then they'd be. Yeah, Brooks is a touchdown clear of a non-amateur.
Well, this happens. You talk about guys coming into the Masters hot, and they play well. Brooks came in, and he coming off a win, and he's playing great. Like, it made sense. You guys sort of laughed a little bit when I picked him on the show last week, but this is why I picked him.
I mean, I wasn't laughing at the concept of Brooks Koepka winning a major championship. I was
But
laughing
you were
at,
at-
like you.
Because you don't consider it, the golf he's playing real golf.
Okay, no, I am. Maybe I don't, but I consider it a lot more real than most people. And I have Brooks in a lot of great lineups actually this week. Well, they're great because of Brooks. I'm kind of excited about.
Brooks winning would be great. Like, as a sports story, don't you think it would be a great story?
It would
What, if
kind of
Brooks won?
reinvigorate the live thing that kind of died down. It would be like huge again, I feel.
Did it die down? I felt like that was the biggest storyline in all the coverage that I listened to this week.
No, sorry. What I mean is like in the outside of golf. Like,
Gotcha.
Like, it wasn't like they've sort of stopped giving a shit outside of our golf bubble.
Okay.
But in the golf bubble, like, this would sort of be like that whole live dynamic would be the biggest golf story, and it would transcend, I think. And Brooks is cool and weird. He's just weird and cool. What a guy.
It'd be great for him too, because it's now a third major he can go play at for the rest of his life.
And we would have 3 active chases for a Grand Slam. And as golf fans, that'd be so fun. Right? Spieth, Rory.
Yeah, that would be. Then Brooks would have to win the Open Championship.
In the only Open Championship I remember him contending in was the Lowry one.
Yeah, Portrush. I don't think his game seems all that suited to link style golf, but
which is weird because he started on the Challenge Tour and then the Euro Tour.
Yeah, that is strange.
He did well.
Yeah, I don't think Royal Liverpool sets up well for him, but who knows?
I don't know about that. I mean, that's where Rory won.
He probably
and
enjoyed
Tiger.
like golfing in Thailand more than links. But yeah, it's weird because I agree with Pat. That was always the narrative with Brooks' struggles, because like, oh, you are a European Tour golfer. Why can't you enjoy links golf? Come on, man. So what would the one major be that didn't have a Grand Slam chase? No, because Phil has the U.S. Open chase.
Yeah, Phil is chasing the U.S. Open.
So every major would have a Grand
Has somebody,
Slam
yeah.
if Brooks were to win this, and that'd be cool. Although I don't know if Phil gets into those anymore.
Phil does.
No,
He
Phil
won
has the PGA Championship win.
Yeah, the 2021 PGA Championship gets him in.
So he's
That's
good till
absolutely right.
2026.
And to be fair to Tim, he said something a few minutes ago. I probably feel about Bennett now as I did about Phil on Friday night at Kiowa. Like, get the fuck out of here. It's not happening.
And with Brooks being the guy who was trying to chase Phil down, like, there seems to be some symmetries, right?
Yeah, we just need Louis.
Yeah, we just Louis had every opportunity to win that thing too.
Yeah, he hooked it left. But I do believe that there's only so much oxygen for like the feel good story. And I feel like a lot of that would have gone to Phil, but it just all is going to Bennett for this week. Because I'm amazed. People are telling me I shouldn't be amazed. I'm amazed he's played as well as he had. And I'm happy for him, but I'm allowed to be amazed. And
I was
happy
amazed
for him
that he
at the same
played that
time.
well today. I was like yesterday, whatever, one round, anything can happen. When he strung together 400 par today, I was like, really? Like, there's something to this. Once is an accident, twice is something else.
Phil gained 4.5 strokes putting today.
Well, I mean, that is not very Phil-like.
He lost strokes on approach, gained a little bit off the tee, lost around the greens, and did all his damage putting. And he even had a really bad putt in there.
But I would imagine that your stats would suggest, and maybe I'm wrong with this, but that the older golfers tend to gain strokes putting at this place because of their course knowledge.
No. I mean, the older
Like
players
someone
tend
like
not to do
Tiger or
anything
Phil or those guys don't steal putting strokes over the field because of their experience on the greens.
Well, the
Like, maybe
guys
they
who
don't.
lead, the guys in the lead in round 2 are Phil, Fleetwood, KH Lee, Gooch, and Kisner.
Okay. Well, fair enough.
Pat, if I had to ask you who your favorite bet between like 50 and 100 to 1 would be, would I assume it'd still be Rose, who I think you bet pre-tournament? Like, that would still be your pick there?
I mean, I don't think any of those guys are going to win, so I don't know who I would. Just going to look at these names. I mean, with the way that Scheffler's playing, if he could just pull a Phil today and gain 4 strokes putting, he might shoot 61 and get right back into it.
Yeah. That's a
Lowry would probably be the bet for me. He's 55 to 1.
And you mentioned Spieth too.
Yeah, but Spieth's like 12 to 1 or something stupid.
And
It's
as
to be
we were
watched.
talking, Sam Bennett went from 28 to 35, tying Sam Burns. which I feel like makes sense because I didn't feel like it made any sense I still think it's weird Bennett to be tied there, but
Cam Young still has 9 holes to go. If they don't start again until tomorrow and that course is
Cam
soft,
Young is 20-1.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. What's Adam Scott?
He asked me guys between 50 and 100.
What's Adam Scott?
Scott's answer. He's probably like 60 or 80, 60.
Yeah, he's 66.
Okay, so I wouldn't hate Adam Scott then.
Yeah, I think Lowry's the play.
And I wouldn't hate Hideki. Hideki's got basically a whole other round to play, half round to play.
Yeah, but is that good or bad?
I don't know, but if let's say they come up tomorrow morning the way you were describing it, and that it's rainy but not that windy in the morning, why can't Hideki post 6 under and then be 6 strokes back going into the third round? I think Hideki would be my answer now.
Okay. I mean, I think that's because you need to create some sort of narrative around it, right?
Yes.
Of how they get there. Scheffler, I didn't realize he had this putt for eagle.
Oh yeah.
My God.
Oh yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Other
me,
than
man.
Bennett,
it's funny because I even wrote about it.
Eject?
When I wrote about him, because he was the guy that I wrote up all week and all the columns and everything like that. Just like, there's only one way he doesn't win is if he goes back to being old Scotty Scheffler and puts himself out of a tournament. Here we are.
Of all the guys in the top 10, who do you think is the most likely to eject? Outside of the amateur. Let's take him off.
Bennett for sure.
Let's take him off that.
I don't know, man. The way the day ended his round, he could just be cooked.
I was going to say Henley, but
Henley's in the top 10.
Can Henley really eject?
Well, he's in the top 10.
Even he may not even be in the top 10 by the end of this round.
Well, yeah, you're right. Maybe he's got 1 hole left. He's playing great today. He's got the low. It's tied for the low round.
Sure, but like when he shoots 76 tomorrow, when he's even par, like that's.
Oh, Mito played great today. I just noticed that.
Yeah, he finished really hot, didn't he?
Yeah, he finished the tournament at the second round for the tournament at level par, so he's in the weekend.
Yeah, I saw he had a tough start. He went.
What did Couples do to make the cut? Like, did he steal? Like, how did he manage to make the cut?
Who?
How did Couples manage to make the cut? Like, he hasn't made it in years. What did he do?
Well, he hasn't officially made the cut yet.
Okay, but he's got 1 hole left. Unless he triples it, he's going to make the cut.
Where is he? And he looks like he's on the fairway. Oh no, he's on like that. No, he's gonna have some tree trouble on his second shot. He's just parring basically every hole. Like he birdied 15. He birdied number 6, which is if you birdied 4 or 6 today, you got a huge advantage on the field.
Okay.
But to look at what he's actually like doing well.
Yeah, I figure he must be doing something unsustainably.
Did you bet more?
I mean, for him, what would be unsustainable?
Like driving distance. Is he driving it longer than he should be?
No, he's driving it about what he drives it. He's losing strokes tee to green. He's gaining strokes putting, but he's not having like a big putting round. Like he's
just figure someone in his 60s to make a cut. Usually, he's doing something really unusual to make the cut at 60.
Like in this round today, he's gained a stroke putting, and he's lost a stroke tee to green. He's even. That makes sense.
Okay. So who are the guys that matter for the cut? Woods?
It's Woods.
And Peters?
Well, I guess technically Gooch, because Gooch is going to bogey, which gives more life to +2, but there's only 2 guys at +2.
Mitchell, I suppose, could give it back.
Because Gooch has slipped, that will
Power
bump those guys up to T49, those guys to T51. If another guy dropped, if Gooch drops to +3, and then Woods drops to +3, then the cut becomes +3. So then Schwartzel, Horschel, Stallings, and Peters are all in.
Although Peters has a lot of golf ahead of him.
Sure, but like he could also affect the cut line by being good.
True. But the 4 overs are right out.
Yeah.
Like Bryson can go home.
Let's see. Peters 1, 2, 3, 4. Gosh, I didn't realize Mackenzie Hughes was 4 under today.
Oh,
how did Scheffler miss that putt?
Yeah, that's the one. That's the one that I almost turned off the TV.
He put his hands behind his back and just looked into space. I was like, oh no.
Tim, did you see that they're saying that tree falling was the biggest collapse at Augusta since Jordan Spieth on the 12th hole?
See, I disagree. I think Molinari's collapse against Tiger in 2019 was bigger. But
What was
Well,
Mullen's?
he was up by he was up by 2 on like 8 guys.
And then just did what Spieth did on 12 and just got wet.
Sure, but
threw the
like
tournament away.
no one was gonna catch Spieth unless he did that on 12. Like
That's
plenty of guys
true.
could've
Although
caught
people
Molinaro.
forget he bogeyed 10 and 11 before he got to 12.
Oh, I don't.
Like 12 was the coup de grace, but that was starting several holes previous.
Any update on if this is coming back?
What happened to Moronk?
He had a bad day.
Jeez. He was playing great earlier.
Yeah,
Yesterday.
he was oh Jesus. I didn't realize Shoffley was missing 2-foot putts too.
I wonder,
Yeah,
there has been a lot of short putts missed the last 2 days. I wonder if because maybe the greens don't have as much fire in them as usual. People are over-reading or under-reading.
Oh, Moronk made double on 13 and bogeyed 15.
Ugh.
That's it's usually pretty bad.
On the bright side, they don't have a jacket to fit him anyway. So, like, what are you going to do?
I saw someone getting really mad that Larry Mize was still in the field.
Well, I think
won't-
go away. They're not going to show any of his shots.
I don't get why people care. It's not like he's taking someone's spot.
Well, this is it, right? He's not taking someone's spot, and he's not. It's like leave him be. Like Sandy Lyle said, this is his last. Well, then like let Mize or a Thauble or whatever play until they're done.
Would
And
be
I
nice
suspect-
if that tree just sort of grazed somebody and then they got like just like a broken arm, but 3 Masters tickets for life, or some sweet.
So you be the opposite of the guy who dove out of the way. You'd be diving like kind of into it.
Is that what you would be demanding as restitution, Jeffrey? Is lifetime Masters tickets?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like not just here's a free set of tickets and a all expenses paid trip next year's Masters. No, I want lifetime tickets, please, that I can will to my ancestors in perpetuity.
But what if
Good
the kids
day
don't
to
even
you.
like golf?
Well, you can't take kids anyway.
Well, what about the ancestors?
Well, I guess
Can't
that
give them tickets. They might even like golf.
yeah, they might let someone take their 7-year-old son to the Masters.
Or like they're crying babies, like front row to the game.
Jeff needs to be there so that he can jump in front of a falling tree.
I've never blamed anyone. Like, no other one person, child, anything has prevented me from going to a sporting event. Like, if I want to go, I'll go. Like,
Yeah,
I'll
you
go.
even went to the Blue Jays game when they brought that little kid.
Yeah, I was annoyed. I was really annoyed.
Anyone who's upset at anyone who's upset
because they complained about it.
Oh yeah, that's true too. Then they complained. That was even
Yeah,
worse.
they brought a baby to a first row of a baseball playoff game and were like mad people were rowdy. Like, fuck off.
yeah, like what are you gonna do?
Have they made an announcement yet as to? I mean, just an update or anything? Guess
No, not that I've seen. But like we're getting pretty late. I guess it's still light here, and they're on Eastern time, so
They said last time they kept the players in place.
yeah, because I had left the party. I was at a birthday party. I left the party. I was listening to Masters Radio on the app. They're like, yeah, it's delayed. I was like, well, guess I should go back to the party.
No, but it was delayed, but they left the players in place. Like they didn't bring the players in and they didn't need to have them go to the range again, which always usually happens, right?
Yes.
I
I
can't
didn't
even
realize that-
remember the last good, uninterrupted cut sweat we've had.
It's been a
We
while.
had an uninterrupted one, I think, for the country club.
Or the Open last year.
Maybe the Open too. No, we didn't do a cut sweat because it's on at a weird hour, right?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Cut sweat's
yeah.
like at lunchtime for the British Open, but I'm pretty sure we did a normal one for Brookline.
Oh,
Ryan Fox isn't going to win. He's 300-1. But Jeff, do you have DK Sportsbook up right now by chance? Because they're the ones who have like the live top 10s, right?
Let's just pray for really nice weather in Rochester next month.
See, that's one we could all go to, theoretically.
Absolutely. We have a friend who went there the last time it was there.
Do we?
Yeah,
Yeah,
our friend
but-
Mark.
No, listen, I'm sure it'd be awesome. I don't want to sound like snooty, but like, dude,
If you went to Rochester, you could meet either, well, one of them's dead, but Celino or Barnes, or Jim the Hammer Shapiro.
okay.
That's a fact.
I don't know what that means, but
You don't know who
You
Jim
mean,
the
did
Hammer
you-
Shapiro is?
Did you not get Fox Rochester?
no, I got different Fox, but I got
Oh.
the.
How did you
Celino
not
and
get
Barnes.
How did you not get
how
the Fox?
did you not get Fox Rochester and we got Fox Rochester?
Yeah, like Rochester's across Lake Ontario. How did you not get Fox Rochester?
I got Fox Buffalo.
That makes more sense. Yeah,
We,
best
well, we
bet on
got
the board.
Rochester.
Best bet on the board right now, I think. I mean, I don't see any top 20s, so top 10s. Ryan Fox 6-1. Top 10. He's gained across every strokes gain metric in both rounds. And if this, like, you have to hope it gets like shitty out. Good shitty weather player.
What's Bennett's top 10? That could be something worthwhile betting and rooting for.
Sam
All right,
Burns hit
well,
a
you
ball.
can book Sam Bennett top 10 action at plus 130.
Oh,
Sam Burns-
that's much shorter than I would have guessed.
Why would
Sam
you?
Burns had
What
2
would you have
penalty
guessed?
shots.
He's in fucking third place.
Yeah, but he's an amateur, and everybody knows that. Like he's gonna have to get on the struggle bus here at some point.
Oh, someone just tweeted at me. Let me know if you want to talk to the guy at the top of the millie. Not really. You're not going to be at the top of the millie on Sunday, pal. The not second round complete leader rarely wins.
Like the people who pick the first 3 golfers playing at the U.S. Open so that they can show themselves screenshot as winning the Millie Maker at some point.
Do you think Rory's enjoying packing his bag watching this right now?
Definitely.
Do you think he
Definitely.
intentionally
He played
tanked this
poorly.
year? Did he intentionally tank? When he knew he was out of it, was like, fuck this. I'm going to shoot as badly as possible. So no one's like going to like put pressure on me to win the Masters next year.
No, because if Rory's playing well before the Masters, he's gonna have huge pressure.
No, it's
He
like, no, he always
Could
plays
very well
poorly
be the
at
betting
Masters.
favorite at the in Royal Liverpool. He'd probably be the betting
Nah.
favorite.
Do you think that the odds or the hype on Rory would have been different if he finished in like 8th or like 7th last year instead of 2nd?
Probably.
Yeah, maybe a little, but it's never not going to be a big deal. And it's also because he does have great history, he like course finishes also. So it's like, he can do it. Like, pardon my ignorance, with Sergio, did he ever even like have close calls here? I felt like other majors he did, but he was always like angry at this place, I felt, before he actually conquered it.
I mean, they said the same thing about Sergio
Phil,
in Rahad, and then he joined the Live Tour.
Yeah,
Let me take a
I
look at
guess.
Sergio's Masters. So I've got pull it up here. Hold on.
Yeah, I don't remember close calls from Sergio, but he also
He
played at the
finished
Tiger.
top 10 in the 2013 Masters.
And
He was-
his peak years were also during the Phil Tiger peak years. So
He had a top 4 in the year the Phil won in 2004. That was
Okay.
it. Like, and an 8th in 1 year. Like, yeah, he hasn't had huge performances. He's been the most competitive, obviously, at the Open.
Tim, do you think they've made good progress on this tree, or do you think like the 15-man team should have done more by now?
I am actually surprised that this little has been done, to be honest with you.
Tree.
Like, there's enough of them there. They're like, get that tree out of here.
who is that Sandy Lyle? Or Larry
Oh my
Mize, sorry?
God.
Wow. People
It
did
is.
get
Oh,
out
man,
of the
don't
way.
hurt Ford Min Woo.
God. Oh, there's that lady.
She did get out of the way, the one with the parasol.
You see, oh no, the guy just bit it. He slipped. He didn't dive on the
okay.
pine straw. See, I feel free to make fun of that guy now. Now that
See,
no one's
Jeff,
injured.
that could have been free master tickets for
Heck
life.
yeah,
for
that
you,
could have been
apparently.
you, Jeff.
Yeah, free for life.
It's just such an outrageous request. Not just
Do you
1
wanna
year or
know,
2 years.
Tim, what about this? Not even free. Just like, I'll pay for them for life.
They don't
for
cost
life.
anything.
Yeah, that's why.
Like, no, again, they go out of their way to give you something, and you're like, no, I want this for the rest of my life, please.
So they still have an upright
Well, put it
tree.
this way: if you got hit by it, I mean, that's, you have to remember, that's America. If you got like grazed by a branch from that tree, you'd sue them for like $200 million.
I guarantee you on those tickets, you basically forfeit all
Personally,
risks.
Do you know how much money it is? Do you know how annoying it is to deal with an arborist, a tree guy?
A tree
They must-
doctor?
What?
A tree doctor?
Yeah, there's
Tree
people
surgeon?
in this city. So do they have to go out and like check all the trees on property tonight, or that's?
I
like,
think
a
they're
random
checking
thing?
them right now. See if there's any loose roots.
I mean, it's not a terrible idea.
I mean, they should call him Paul Shaughnessy. He would know.
Yeah,
Guy plants
Paul is-
trees.
How many trees did you plant in your life, Paul?
Probably like 950,000.
See, the really cool thing about that is that kind of no matter how many trees of those may at some point get cut down, 300, 400 years from now, something you will have done will still stand on the face of the earth.
No.
That's
You're saying
that's
they-
extraordinarily cool.
No,
Are you saying the Cuss Corner is not going to hold up over that period of time?
Who knows if the rudimentary recording methods that we used will even be salvageable in the year 2600.
How
We still have
you
beef-
think
we still have beef
trees
oven stuff.
You think trees hang around for 400 years?
Sometimes they do.
No,
yeah.
they don't. That's insane.
Yeah, there's some trees that are like
What trees?
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years old.
No, well, how old is the oldest like redwood in California? Because those ones live for like
That
forever.
would be the I wasn't planning. I'm planning like crappy spruce that gets turned into pulp and paper. Like we're not saving the world. One of the contracts I did was for Redbird. Like the matchsticks. We planted like six.
Yeah.
We as a crew we planted 6 million, like a massive camp. 6 million like pine. And they all went to a matchstick factory. Like, trust me, tree planting is not saving the world. It was totally
one of these
all about
redwoods
the money.
is 3,200 years old.
Sure, but again, that's not what he's doing.
No, fair enough. But I mean, just you've planted so many, Paul, that like the mathematical percentage chance of one of those million trees surviving is really high.
I'm gonna look up the black spruce, the life expectancy. I'll be back.
Black spruce.
Yeah, but they're also cutting them down. They're like, the purpose of growing them is to cut them down.
To make matches. I got free matches the other night.
Oh my God, you were so happy.
I am happy.
Where'd you get
We went
matches
out for
from?
dinner. He
At
was
the
so
restaurant.
happy to get a free pack to just for over a free pack of matches.
They just had a bowl there that you could take.
You know, that's and I don't. It's normal to take them, like they're offering them, but I've never seen someone that happy over them. If that makes any sense.
Wow, 280 years.
There you have it.
Wow. I mean, these ones are getting cut down to get turned into like your newspaper or like, box board or other crap like that. It was definitely like industrial. Like it was a business.
Fair enough. But the idea that even just one of the pine cones off the tree you planted somewhere gets planted. And anyway, the odds are something you will have done will last hundreds and hundreds of years.
I never thought
And
about
that's
it that way.
That's really cool.
It is pretty
You
cool.
just thought about the money, didn't you?
I mean, yeah. That's basically what that entire thing is about, is the money. You're a broke college student killing yourself every single day walking through swamps.
Was it good money though?
I mean, for a college student, it was like, I was making like my best year. I came home with like $35,000 in the bank, which like in college is like I'm rich and just partying every single day. It was
That is really cool. Plus, you probably have all kinds of experiences and stories to tell.
oh yeah, I've seen
Well.
some things. I've seen some things.
Well, this is
I
it,
mean,
right?
I don't think they're Tim Andercuss type of stories and experiences. Remember that time that we went to Bonnaroo? Think of that, but like 100 times worse.
There are a
my
lot
goodness.
of small towns in northern Canada that the government doesn't want you to know about. That's what I'll say. Like, there are crime issues up there. It is crazy, to be perfectly honest.
Tim, have you given your opinion on this incident people think Brooks, there should have been a penalty yesterday.
So I read about it and looked into it, and I was like, this seems innocent enough. And the fact that Woodland didn't know what club Brooks used as they were talking about it going to the next hole makes me think it was a whole lot of nothing.
I am shocked.
I'll tell you this. If it
I'm
was
shocked
Woodland,
that's where you come down on this.
I'll tell you this, though. If it wasn't Woodland and it was
Are they going back
Louis,
out?
No, that's Burns from 13 3 hours ago.
but if it was Brooks playing with Louis and this happened, they'd say, oh, it's just two Liv guys trying to help each other out. I just don't think that the caddy, I don't see what the advantage would be to telling Gary Woodland what the hell he just hit on that hole. Doesn't make any sense. Who benefits?
Also, who cares?
Well, no, the rules are the rules. You have to apply.
Yeah, but like,
them.
I mean, this is a part of the problem with golf and why people don't like it. You have to remember that part about it. Like, what the fuck is going on? And like Jeff, the people at home, we get the privilege of seeing every shot at this course because of the app. We don't get that for any other tournament on demand like this. And what do people do? It's not, hey, here's an amazing shot. Here's something funny that happens. Like, no, I'm going to watch through all of these, see if anyone broke some sort of bizarre rule and try to like get them canceled from the tournament.
Probably because it's some desperate person who gambled on somebody else, who just like the people who think that they're entitled to free money back when their basketball player doesn't play in the game, doesn't play more than 3 minutes in the game and doesn't hit their over-unders. I'm sure it's the same thing.
See, I don't think so. I think that the guy who complains like that is not as invested as you think that they are. Because super invested guy doesn't talk like that.
Okay.
That's why you see all like the pro bettors, the guys that bet like 5 figures a week or 5 figures per unit. They're not the guys asking for their money back. It's the jabronis betting like $3.
Yeah. I don't think Brooks did anything wrong. I don't think the caddy did anything wrong. I think it's fine. And that's what the Masters officials decided.
Yeah, no, I thought it was like...
I think
didn't know-
Morikawa had much bigger problems than Brooks did.
But it wasn't, though, because Morikawa didn't do anything wrong.
It looked like he had marked his ball way differently than where
Because
his ball...
they showed him marking his ball when the coin was back and gave no context to what was happening.
Okay, well, fair enough. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. But
You don't
the
need to give him the benefit of the doubt. You just watch the full video.
Well, the clip that I saw made it look like he hadn't replaced his ball.
Yeah, because that's what the clip was designed to make you think. There's more off the front and the back of that video where he's like, hey, my ball won't stop on the green. And then the rule is you have to put it where it can stop.
Okay, fair
Even
enough.
if it is closer to the hole.
Okay, fair enough.
Which it wasn't. But when you do it, you can throw your like you can move your marker wherever. They know where the ball is after you try to mark it twice. And he had just thrown his coin like back towards himself. So it wasn't in the way. So that's not actually where his ball was marked anyway. It actually went back on the spot that it was. Well, I don't like this. It says, Pat, how much do you want to slop up Morikawa? Well, that guy can be fucking banned for life.
We didn't talk much Morikawa at all on this show.
Oh, that's too bad. Guy just showed up, too. Now he can never come back. Maybe he can go fuck himself on the way out the door.
Huh?
Keep that language out of here, you piece of shit. That's fun. I haven't banned anyone in a while.
It's been a while since you banned anybody.
Well, we
Far
don't
too
see
long.
If they're off the course long enough, then they have to allow them to warm up, and then there's no point in playing again.
Yeah, we're basically done here, right?
I can't imagine like Jeff said. Let's say they blow the horn now that you guys go back to it. It's gonna take them 20 minutes to warm up, and yeah.
They may.
Riku asked me if am I playing any golf on my upcoming vacation? I might play around in Sonoma on the Sunday morning with my friends, but I think that's like the only opportunity that I'm going to have. It's just my wife and I going outside of like 3 days, and I'm not going to go play a round of golf and like keep her at the hotel.
Also, like, maybe this is a weird thing to say, but you're going to be golfing in like a few weeks, like the weather's turning. When you want to, like, on a vacation, slop up like your first round in like 6 months. You know what I mean? Like, why don't you just save that? Am I being an idiot? Like, people like golf, always golf, but why do you want to play poorly? It's your first round of the year, like on a vacation. Just enjoy your vacation. Maybe people disagree.
I agree with Jeff. I agree with Jeff completely.
Pretty strange time
I
to
think
use
it depends
the
on where I
term.
was going. Like if someone was like, "Hey Pat, I'm the GM of Silverado. Do you want to come play on the house?" I'd be like, "Yeah, absolutely."
Okay,
Or-
fair.
Pebble Beach, which isn't far away.
But like as I was saying,
It's
to
pretty
Pat,
far
like,
away.
Tim,
Isn't
by
it
the
like
time
pretty
Pat's
close to
back,
Sonoma?
Like how close? What's close to you?
Like within 20 kilometers?
Is it?
I thought it
don't
was like
know.
close to Sonoma and San Francisco.
What,
Well,
Napa?
I mean, San Francisco is an hour and a half away from Sonoma, but because I'm driving.
Oh,
it.
so that's even further than I thought it was then.
So 20
Yeah.
kilometers. So I could run there, is what you're saying. I could run there in under 2 hours.
What do you think? Napa's like going to the airport for people in San Francisco?
I kind of thought that. I didn't quite realize the geographic distance then.
Sonoma and Napa are in between Sacramento and San Francisco. It's a 3-hour drive from Sonoma to get to Pebble Beach.
Okay, that is much further than I thought. So I take it back.
Pat, this is where Xander doubled. If you see this,
No, that because Scheffler did the same thing. He didn't roll all the way back down, but he scummed his chip up there too.
Tim, you'll be golfing in what, like 2.5 weeks, probably? No.
No,
Yeah,
our club said it's
probably-
not opening till the 7th for some reason. We're the
Yeah,
last
well, that's
one
same
in the
as
province
same
to
as
open.
last year.
That's
last
fucking cost. Hurry the fuck up.
They protect the course. They don't want to open it early.
Oh, well, that's great. They can protect the course. Then how about this? If you're going to protect the course by delaying us and being the last course to open, how about it doesn't go to shit in August?
That's a fair point. May 7th, day
I
after
like
the
that
coronation.
This guy is like triggered in the chat that you thought that Sonoma was that far. That you
I
think that
don't live
California-
anywhere. I don't live anywhere near there. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, he just said that Tim thinks California is the size of Rhode Island. These are the same fucking stupid Americans that think that the States is bigger than Canada.
Or the people who think, oh, you live in Halifax. Oh, the Cabot Links must be 16 minutes away.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Or
Actually,
you live in Halifax. Do you know my friend in Vancouver?
yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, I've been to Montreal. I mean, what does that have to do with anything I just said?
Have you ever been to Sonoma on Google Maps though, Tim?
No, I don't think I ever have actually been there.
Yeah, you got some travel to do tonight. Wonder if they have a Sparrows.
I bet they do. Well, have we run to the end here?
Well, I have to go to the bathroom for a second. Paul, can you fill the people in on what they should be betting in the UFC this week?
On the spot.
And then
like
vamp,
that.
because I really have to pee.
Sure.
I can ask you about the UFC coming back to Canada. I see it was announced, Paul.
Yeah, it seems like they're going to be coming out to Vancouver. And yeah, it's pretty exciting. I'm thinking of
How
going
long has it
out
been?
there. Since the beginning of the pandemic, for sure. It's probably since 2019. Probably last time they've been here.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Before that, was Canada a frequent stop on the UFC circuit, or no?
Yeah, especially like back in the George St. Pierre days, they used to come here like 2 to 3 times a year. I don't know, like I feel like going to fights live, it's like once you've done it a few times, it's kind of a little bit overrated. Like unless you got like really, really good seats and like you don't actually want the stuff like cage side. You want the stuff like, 7 to 10 rows up, so you're looking down into the cage. Unless you have good seats, like you're just kind of looking at the jumbotron anyway. I don't know. I've been to like
So you don't want to be cage side?
cage side. It's like you have too many people walking by, and you have like commissioners and all this other stuff that you don't see on TV. You're looking down, so it's like if they're like grappling on the far side of the cage from where you are, you can't really see what's going on. Like cage.
So then,
cage
where are
sides.
aren't the judges cage side though? Like, are they not
Yeah.
getting the best view?
Why do you think the judging sucks in MMA? It's horrible. Because they can't even see what's going on.
Someone just sent me a great tweet where it's like, Rory spent more time at Augusta before the Masters than ever before, played all those practice rounds, all those practice holes, and Brooks is humping a pylon at a Panthers game. 17.
Oh, what did I miss?
That's a great line.
Someone sent me a tweet like, you got to laugh at the fact Rory was putting all this time and work at the Masters. Like, he spent more time, more rounds at Augusta than ever before. And Brooks is humping traffic cones at a Panthers game and beats him by 17 strokes or something. Like, it's unbelievable. That's all. Tim enjoyed it.
That's a great line.
Yeah, no, it's humble. This guy, yeah. Oh, Rory's probably cheering for John Rahm pretty intensely, I would think. Or I have no idea. Him and Brooks are buddies, but who knows?
Next week's
were we
event is an
recording?
elevated event, isn't it?
What is?
Next week's event?
Yeah, Heritage.
Yeah, I've been recording.
All right. Well, we may as well turn this into a podcast then too, since
Yeah.
it wasn't too long.
Yeah, exactly.
Get some free ad rev that way.
You know,
Hello Fresh.
pays the bills.
Code Mayo 50 for 50% off.
Oh,
But you'll
Stan.
hear that if you listen to. Yeah, he's pulling a full Scheffler here. That's not good.
It seems like sunset is at like 7:53 local.
That's awful.
So like
That's 2 hours from now. But as Geoff said, like even if they get back out, they're still gonna have to be like a half hour warming up.
yeah, nobody's like a bunch of guys are not like they're not finishing the round today, but like guys like Gooch would probably go out and hit a 3-footer.
They were allowed, sure.
This guy says, imagine making fun of America and being Canadian. I mean, that's basically what we do. Just have a good laugh at America.
Settle down, Preston.
Yeah, Preston's gonna get banned for life. He seems like an awful piece of shit anyway.
He sounds. I mean, Preston. Like this is like the difference between like your fan base and like my MMA. There's nobody in our comment section named Preston. Oh,
Preston also seems like a guy who would suck someone's dick if it was one of those big machine guns. Americans, give me a break. Yeah, you can see where I'm at in the day.
No, it hasn't been a great day for. Do you have any tickets for any winners that are of a chance?
Hovland,
Okay,
but he's not winning.
I can't imagine.
Yeah,
He's not
Preston's dad will sue me. Oh, Preston, no, you can't talk to me that way. My dad will come after you. How dare you?
That basically is the voice from the millionaire from Gilligan's Island, and it's excellent.
It's also Preston's voice.
I bet you that he used to fence in college.
I used to fence, and if I see someone using the left urinal, I'll stand in the middle anyway because I don't care.
Oh goodness. Alrighty. Well, I suppose it's time for me to go swimming then.
Oh, you're going for a swim.
Yes,
Can I
I've been
talk
swimming a
with
lot
it?
recently. No, on a holiday, it's just lane swims.
Okay.
Like,
And the
in
thing
your
is, like,
in your
you know what?
condo or the
There were,
gym?
at the health club I'm a member of, and like there are 3 lanes: fast, medium, and slow. And like, don't give me the side eye if I'm picking one lane and you don't think I'm going fast enough. Okay, that's all I'll say about that.
Rico in the chat wants Top Cat to do a Preston impression.
Oh, I'm Preston.
That's your Barney.
sounds
That's
like
your
Droopy Dog.
That's your Barney Rubble impression, or your Fred
Oh,
Flintstone.
Bonnie Rubble sounds like this.
That was the same as Preston.
No, they're not the same voice. But yeah, if I want to be in the medium lane for swimming, don't look at me as I'm not going fast enough for you. It's been annoying.
Are you going at a medium pace? Are you stroking it?
I'm
at a
going.
medium
I'm
pace?
going at a. You know what? I'm the judge of what a medium pace is. Who's to decide?
I mean, the actual skill levels of these people?
I'm going fine.
You're like the fucking idiots around here, as Paul can attest to when he found out how people drive around here. That the idiots who spend their time in the passing lane and drive like 3 over the speed limit.
Well, that's because they've got to turn left at some point in the next 25 minutes, so they need to get in that left lane immediately.
100%.
I know exactly the type of people you're talking about.
Tim, I think a lot of the times, like with the grocery store and like these types of things, I think you're in your own head. Like most people actually are too busy thinking about other things that are going on. They're not worried about what you're up to in the swimming pool.
I certainly hope
doing
so.
lengths.
I hope so.
Yeah, you're like someone who's like smoked too much weed and is very paranoid, but like you don't even smoke weed. Maybe you need to smoke some weed and calm down.
No, that would not be good.
You could just stop being a main character.
I'm not a main character.
Well, you think that everyone's thinking about you.
Sometimes they are.
Oh, there's a guy on my Twitter feed who's very upset about my canceled jokes.
Well, it's better than the bet here, win big responses that I get to a lot of my tweets.
Hey, the rigged bets.
Yeah, rigged bets.
You haven't given them your credit card yet?
No, not yet. No, I are you saying I should?
I mean, it's free money. That's what they say.
Perhaps my ship has come in.
Well, you should talk to our friend Brad. I bet you he's fallen probably for that 3 times already.
Why do you think S Club 7 is trending?
Was it you who didn't know who S Club 7 was?
A couple of years ago. Oh, well, that's because one of the members has passed away. That's why.
Rest in
No, I
peace.
didn't know what S Club 7 was till a couple of years ago. Apparently, it was like they had a movie and everything.
It's like saying you didn't know who Take That was.
I don't know who Take That was.
They were like the original boy band over in Britain. They had Britain's bad boy, Robbie Williams.
Okay.
But they were out around the time or just before, like the big NSYNC and Backstreet Boys.
Okay.
But they didn't really make it over to America. Made it here, though. Good Lord, Day. It's a terrible end of the round. All right, let's get out of here. Jeff, you doing anything this weekend? Content-wise?
Hopefully watching golf.
No, I mean like doing shows or anything that we can plug.
Oh, no. Unless you want to do like end of round or end of rain delay things, but nope.
Yeah, I'd like to go live at the end if it finishes on Sunday. If not, I guess we just tie it into the Heritage Show or just do it as soon as it ends on Monday.
Sounds accurate.
Tim, do you have a dog?
I do not.
Jeff, do you have a dog?
2.
You have 2 dogs?
This is true.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
I knew that.
I did not.
I think he mentioned it to you.
Yeah, but you have to think that, like, I don't really listen to anything anyone says.
This is fair.
I'm just off in my own little world most of the time. Anyway, Paul, thank you for putting this all together. Jeff and Tim, thank you to all, except for those, like, 2 people in the chat. No thanks to you. You guys can fuck off. But other than that, thank you everyone else for tuning in. I hope you've had a good time about trees and golf and getting fucked, things like that. I'm Pat Mayo. I'll see you next time.